We're here with Hannah Estes and Morgan Newton. And Hannah, you're the vice president.
Yes, ma'am.
And Morgan, you are the president of the Robotics Club. So tell us a little bit about, and their friend here, Vex. So tell us a little bit, first of all, about robotics. What is robotics for people who don't know? We hear about it all the time. We hear about robotics teams and how well they're doing. And y'all have made quite a name for yourselves over the past couple of years with your accomplishments. So just give people a little brief overview. What do you do?
Well, we have 2 different levels of robots that we do. So this is our intro robot that we do for our freshmen and our incoming members.
Okay. This is an intro robot.
Yeah,
okay. This is advanced for me. But
and then we have a second one that we work with, first robotics competition. That is 120 pounds.
Wow.
And we have 6 weeks. At the beginning of the 6 weeks, we get a challenge and in a game. So we have to build a robot that will do the tasks in that game.
So what is your main, if you're interested in building, engineering, creating, crafting, what would you tell someone that you're trying to get interested in robotics? Why would you want them to join?
So it's really made for everyone. You don't have to be into building. There's a lot of like community outreach with it too. That's one thing that we strive for. We help teams starting out. We help the smaller kids too. So FLL teams, which is like the very small version of the robots.
Right.
And they're very mini Lego robots, but that helps get little kids started into robotics, and then we hope they will grow into the bigger robotics.
So what do they actually, they learn how to actually create a moving and working machine, basically.
Yeah. We'll teach them how it works and then why it works, and then so we'll give them guidance so they can create their own ideas and make whatever they're imagining actual real in real life.
Well, that is pretty exciting. So you guys have an event coming up that we definitely want to talk about the event that you're having. It's called Dog Days of Summer. And this is a fundraiser for your team, basically. So tell me a little bit about it. Tell me when the event is.
It's Memorial Day weekend on a Saturday, so the 26th.
Okay.
And so yeah.
And what do you do there? What can people expect to do at this event?
So there's plane rides that will be there. There's a car show that people will be able to bring in their cars to show off. There's going to be food trucks, and then we'll be showing off our robots and kind of what we do too. And
the cost?
$5 for every person, but if you're 5 years old or younger, you get them for free.
And where is this going to take place?
At the St. Tammany Parish Airfield.
Oh, okay, okay. And it's kind of north of here in the Abita Springs area. Yes. Okay, because when you said plane rides, I said, well, that's going to have to be a big area.
Yes, it's on a
landing strip. And so for a fundraiser like this, what do you need funding for? So tell us some of the things that you do throughout the year.
Well, our competitions, with our Vex and with our big FRC robot, there are multiple competition fees, and of course the cost of the robot itself and travel fees and stuff like that. And when we go and demonstrate our robots, that also takes a budget that...
Right, and so tell us some of the places you took Vex maybe this year and last year. I know that we were talking earlier and you were telling us about how you went to the World Championships last year. Is that right? So tell me about that.
So not for Vex, but for FRC, we did go to the World Championships, and it was, I think, a 5-day event. We went for 5 days. The competition's for, yes. Crazy. So it was a lot of fun. Over, I think, 500 teams were there. We got to the semifinals in our division, which was amazing.
That is amazing.
Yeah. It was in Houston, and there's teams from all around the world.
And so you learn a lot from all those teams, and you trade ideas, I would imagine.
At our local competition, actually, bio-regionals, it's in New Orleans. We've met teams from Mexico, Turkey, tons of places.
So since the two of you have been in robotics, tell people who might be listening and might be thinking, like, you know, my child's entering middle school or junior high, why would they want to be in robotics? What would you possibly get out of it? Tell some of the people some of the things you've learned, like any disciplinary skills or work habits or anything like that.
Absolutely. As I mentioned earlier, we do have 6 weeks for build season. So along with programming and building and wiring, we also learn time management skills. But I mean, if you're kind of like a misfit, geeky kid like we were, it's also a really good family aspect. So I mean, I don't look at my team as my team, I look at them as my family.
Right.
And with FRC, there's a thing called ambassadors and chairmans, and so there's a lot of like presenting. So you learn a lot of like people skills and talking to people and spreading the word about building
Yeah, and then I guess you also learn a lot of team building skills, even though you said you like a
Absolutely, yes.
family, but you have to work together because this
Yes.
just doesn't pop up out of thin air.
Right.
So you depend on one another, I would imagine.
Absolutely. I mean, because like where I lack in, she makes up for it, and where she
Right.
lacks, I make up for it. But it takes a lot of bickering to get where we want. But obviously,
Sure.
that's
also a skill.
right? And
So.
we have to learn how to work through those problems. But the end result is amazing.
So tell people about, I know you have a camp that's coming up. It is a summer camp. So tell people about that and how they can find out more about it and who it's for and who it's geared toward.
Okay, so we have a 2-week summer camp in the beginning of June. The first week is for 11 to 13, which they will learn VEX. And then the second week, they will work with FLL Robots, which is First Lego League. And so we'll do a bunch of like crafts with them and teach them a bunch of STEM-related activities. And we have a secret theme that we won't reveal until the campers come.
Okay.
Yeah. So like last year, it was more medical field.
Right.
And so.
So who, you guys run the camp?
We run the camp, yes, and we're the counselors.
And how long is it again, tell me?
A week.
It's a week long.
It's a
per
week long,
session.
it's a day camp, right?
Yes, from
So, go
8
ahead.
to 8 to 1, I believe it is.
And so you guys are hands-on, and eventually you may have some of these same students on your team.
We do actually. This is the first year it started to overlap, so we do have some of our
pretty
counselors together this
exciting.
year.
We actually have one freshman. She was on an FLL team that we helped out with and has moved up until the high school team. And so she knows all of us, but from when she
Right.
was really younger. So
Do they have to be attending Fontainebleau Junior High to attend the camp?
No, not at all. We
anywhere.
take anyone.
Anyone? And what is the cost of the camp?
$200 per session.
Okay, so tell me a little bit more about the actual sort of overall, like what does your year look like? If someone's going to be interested in robotics, what is your year? You join and then you have your 6-week building period, but there's a lot more to it than that.
So we like to call it a 13-month sport.
Exactly.
Because
Okay.
we're here constantly. So the VEX season starts out at the beginning of the year, and then FRC kind of overlaps it. So we have a lot of that, but then we also add a lot of community outreach, and we work with the Children's Museum and help out with them. And
So when you say community outreach, you go into the community and teach people about robotics.
Absolutely, yes. Like we have a bunch of different demonstrations. Like we go to Wooden Boat Festival, or we do like different STEM days at school. Like I know we do at Maroney and Bonnie Cole. We go and we will present to them our big robots and our little robots and do activities with the kids to try to get them, I guess, more involved and excited about STEM.
So this is what you're doing now as young ladies in high school, but how do you see it impacting your future when you get out of high school? You think it's going to help you in any way?
I think it's going to help me a lot. My goal is to be a materials engineer, and so with that I'll be able to work with robots or prosthetics or whatever I want to do, and I do have a background, and all robotics kids get a background of programming, building, using tools that normally most people wouldn't be able to use, and just
Right, and I would imagine you meet professionals in the field
Absolutely.
also.
One of our mentors that we work with, not only Miss Tracy Hoffman and Alicia Fusel mentor us, but we have Curtis Craig, who worked for NASA and Lockheed Martin. So he comes during the FRC build season to come help us and gives us like pointers and stuff.
So you answered how it would impact your future. Tell me how you think it's going to impact your future.
Well, personally, I want to become an electrical engineer when I grow up. So learning, I guess, basic wiring and how to, like, I guess, calculate circuits and a bunch of different things that we offer in our program has kind of inspired me, and I wouldn't have had that push, I guess you would say, if I didn't have this program.
Right. So I know you said it's open to everybody and everybody can join, but what if someone starts high school and they're like, oh, well, I didn't join in high school my first year, so I can't join in my second year. Is that the case?
Absolutely not.
We actually have a couple sophomores who joined this year, because normally, they joined freshman year, but we've had sophomores, juniors join. We actually had a senior this year join.
So you kind of meet people where they are.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
when
you
they
meet tons
join.
of people.
Any
It's great.
skill, age, we're willing to take them, work with them, teach them.
And
Good.
we'll find a place they'll help out with us.
So let's talk a little bit more about the fundraiser, because we want to encourage people to come. That is Memorial Day weekend, and it's going to be at the airfield, and it's $5 to get in. So is this the first year you've had it?
Yes.
Okay, so this is new.
Yes.
So you said there'll be plane rides. You said there's going to be silent auction items. Did you say that? And then what else? You said something about food trucks
There's going to
too.
be a bunch of food trucks coming. There's going to be a big barbecue, a bunch of different things like that.
Are they going to see any of your robotics stuff?
Absolutely.
And y'all going to do some demonstrations?
Yeah, we'll actually have our big robot that can extend to about 8 feet height, and then it's about 120 pounds. So we'll try to get that out to showcase that, and we'll maybe even let the kids get close up and front to it. So
Right. Do y'all have any other competitions this year?
We have Festival de Robotics, which we're planning on attending this year before the summer happens.
it's in Baton Rouge, and it's at the Capitol actually, and so we'll be able to show like the senators and everyone kind of what it is.
So when you join the robotics team and you do travel, does the whole team travel together? If you can all make it?
If we can all make it, we do, but normally since the cost is so great for hotel rooms and fees like that, we normally just take a skeleton crew of about somewhere between 6 to 10 people that come.
Gotcha.
And that's mainly for the Houston competition,
Right.
but the one that's local in New Orleans, everybody
Everyone
can come
goes to that.
That's good. Is there any way, say someone can't make the fundraiser and they might not, I would imagine the summer camp is also sort of a fundraiser, is it not?
Yes.
Yes.
So what if someone just is seeing you and they're like, well, I really want to help the team? How can they help you in other ways?
We have a booster club that you can contact.
We also have a website and Instagram, and we have multiple social medias that you can contact us on.
If someone has contact us, and we'll interact with you and let you know when things are happening and keep you up with it.
So keep you up to speed. So what would you say to all of the kids out there who are listening and who are talking about, you know, they're in junior high, about to go into high school? I know that a lot of the junior highs have robotics clubs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you guys have one at Fontainebleau?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
We actually mentor them.
So what would you say to kids entering junior high about the main reason you would join robotics again if you were?
Because it's fun. I mean, like, if anything else, besides all the cool stuff you get to learn, it's just a blast coming in there. So.
I mean, I've met people from everywhere, so you get to make a ton of friends, a ton of different people that you would never really think that you would actually be friends with them until you got to hang out with them multiple hours on day.
Yeah. Because
yeah.
I'm sure you spend a lot of time together.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Yeah. So I'm going to give each of you the opportunity to add something. Anything else that you'd like to add about anything we've talked about? So go ahead.
I just don't be afraid to join. I guess that's the main thing, because first, what they're meaning for to join is to expand the knowledge of FIRST and just being able to do what you want to do and building and doing what you love, I guess.
I was going to say that FIRST is cool, nerds and geeks are cool. Don't be afraid to, like, I guess, get out of your shell and come join something, as she said. So definitely come look us up and we'll teach you all that we know.
Well, I appreciate y'all being here and talking to us about all of the exciting things you do. It's very interesting to me, and I hope it is interesting to everyone out there. So come to the fundraiser, Dog Days of Summer, Memorial Day weekend on the 26th. It's $5 a person, and you'll be helping these girls achieve their robotics dreams as they go forward. And